Hi. So playing the guitar, pretty cool. Learning how to play the guitar, rough. Having a guitar teacher during that time, probably pretty helpful. But as someone who doesn't have money, a guitar teacher wasn't really an option. So I had to choose, between learning online or... That's it, really. So yeah, Rocksmith. It's the game that's Guitar Hero without a guitar. What? Guitar Hero with a real guitar. And it also claims to be the fastest way to learn guitar, and that you'll learn to play in just 60 days, which, isn't that long. And if you're wondering, is that true? Can you learn how to play in just 60 days? Yeah, for sure. If you go to Yahoo and you bing Rocksmith 60-day challenge, you can see that, yeah, they know how to play. That said, is Rocksmith really the fastest way to learn guitar? Nah. So today, we're going to be discussing the pros and cons of learning and practicing guitar with Rocksmith. Anyway, let's just get into it. So is Rocksmith a good learning tool? When you think of Rocksmith, you probably think of like Guitar Hero with a guitar. And is that good for absolute beginners? No. I'd go as far as saying it's bad for total beginners. If you have no experience with a guitar and like you've gotten no information from anywhere other than that, you're gonna have a bad time. If you've never held a guitar before, during your first time, you even have trouble just like bringing out a string. So to dive right into a song and like your only feedback is like, you had 10% accuracy. Not very helpful. That said, at the end of the song, there's going to be suggestions on how you can improve at playing. And that's going to take you to Rocksmith's guitar lessons. You can also access this through the main menu, whatever. So if you look at the lessons menu, it starts off with like really basic stuff, and it does get to advanced stuff. Are these lessons good? Compared to learning online, what's cool about these is that you actually get feedback from your playing. So the game will be like, hey, try a hammer on. It'll go kind of to its like main game mode and just have you do a couple like hammer-ons and it'll give you feedback. That's kind of cool because usually if you're just like learning from YouTube videos, they can't hear you. That said, Rocksmith is notoriously bad at picking up what you're doing. So even if you're doing it right, sometimes it might be like, try again. And in terms of the actual lessons, they're kind of minimal. So here's just like a quick clip of one of the lessons.
After you play one note, you can play another one by just pressing your finger down without picking again.
So I kind of find they're trying to uphold this like cool aesthetic. They have this like Toonami Tom voice.
Thanks.
And the lessons are like 2 minutes. They're not very thorough. So what I would suggest is, learn online and then maybe try and test it out in this game. So if you're not a total beginner and you want to use Rocksmith to learn how to play songs, does that work? How you learn a song with Rocksmith, it's essentially tabs in a Guitar Hero-y way. They come at you and you play along and it's just like you're in the band. No, it's not. And that works pretty well for easy songs. But for songs with like more complicated picking and faster chord changes, it can be kind of overwhelming. And even though there's a riff repeat function which lets you like slow down the song, for me I'd personally rather just have tabs that are totally frozen. But if we're talking about practicing songs with Rocksmith, is Rocksmith a good practice tool? Yes. In the main game mode, it's good for practicing songs because, it forces you to play in time. And you might be thinking, well, couldn't you use a metronome? Yeah, you could. But this is funner. And outside of the main game mode, if you're practicing, there's Guitarcade. I made a video on it where, I wasn't very nice, but that was a mistake because Guitarcade actually offers like some fun alternatives to traditional practicing. Also, Rocksmith has this thing called session mode. It basically emulates a jam sesh where you can like assign a drum and a bass player, and it lets you just practice improv. If you don't have friends, this is great. So in yesterday's video when I was talking about practice, I was saying how there was like different components to practicing: scales, chords, ear training, and how you should assign all of them sometime in your practice routine. And Rocksmith doesn't cover a lot of the suggested areas for you to practice. Like there's no ear training, music theory, strength training. So yeah, is Rocksmith more than just a game? Yes. Is it a good learning tool? Is it a good practice tool? For what it offers in practicing, yeah. But Rocksmith is kind of fun, and early on, it lets you play along with your favorite bands at like an easier level. And that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.